Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the class. Yesterday, we were discussing about longitudes, and in this longitude, particularly, we were discussing about the prime meridian. The prime meridian is the 0 degree longitude, which passes through the British Royal Observatory. We have discussed all these things, okay? And I have also told you that from this 0 degree longitude, we count 180-degree eastward and 180-degree westward. Okay, and in this way, the whole Earth is divided into 360 longitudes. Okay, and one more important thing that 180-degree east and 180-degree west meridian are on the same line. They are not different. Then in that case, what happened, that there will be more than 360 degree. So uh, it must be understood that both 180-degree east and 180-degree west meridian are only one line. Okay, and one more thing which I have told you, that this 0 degree meridian and 180-degree meridian divide the earth into two equal halves, that is eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. So as we have discussed earlier, that the equator of the earth divides it into two equal halves, that is northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. In this that division of earth is done because of uh, horizontally. The equator is a latitude, and latitude is a horizontal line on the surface of the earth, and longitudes are the vertical lines. So the 0 degree and 180-degree longitudes are dividing the earth vertically in two parts, eastern and western hemisphere. Okay, and in this one more thing I told you, that when we move from this Greenwich meridian, or this 0 degree meridian, uh, if we move towards east, then we have to write E. So look at this, it is written 30-degree east, 60-degree east. So in this way we will understand that if E is written, then the meridian is on the east of the prime meridian, and you can see in the western side it is written W. So when W is written, it will be understood that it is on the western side of the prime meridian. Okay, now let's look at this figure. What do you find, that a grid-like structure has been created. These are the vertical lines which are called longitudes, isn't it? These are longitudes, and these are the horizontal lines which are called latitudes. And in this way, we find that a grid-like structure has been created. Now, because of this longitude and latitude, we can easily locate any place on the surface of the earth. I am giving you just an example. Suppose there is a place, okay, which is situated on the 30-degree west. This is the longitude of 30-degree west. Okay, this is 30-degree west. Now we are just knowing that the place is on 30-degree west longitude. Then what will happen, that this place can be anywhere from this which is starting from this south pole, from north pole. It can be at any place, isn't it? But now we have one more information, that the place is situated 30-degree west and 20-degree north. Okay, so this is 20-degree north. Okay, this is 20-degree north latitude. Now what we can see, that these two lines, 20-degree north and 30-degree west, are meeting at this place. This is the place where both these lines are meeting. So the place we were discussing about is actually located at this place. Okay, so with the help of longitude and latitude, we can know exactly the position of any place. Okay, now it is given in your book that Dhubri is a place in Assam, and the location of Dhubri is 26-degree north, 26-degree north latitude, and 90-degree east longitude. Okay, so we can find it, it's not visible in this picture, but 60-degree and 90-degree is this is the 90-degree latitude, 90-degree east. Always remember the direction. This is 90-degree east latitude. Okay, and we have to find out 26-degree north latitude. This is 20-degree, so 26-degree it must be, I'm just estimating, it must be here. So the point where both these cut each other, at that point we can see, we can locate the place Dhubri. So it is not visible in this picture, still we can see that it is cutting each other at this place, and this is the location of the Dhubri. So in this way you can see that now it is very much easier for us to locate any place. Okay, if we are knowing only the longitude, or if we are knowing only the latitude, then that knowledge is not sufficient to know the exact location of any place. Okay, now what we have done, that in order to understand everything clearly, this grid has been created. You can see here there are some vertical lines. These are vertical lines, okay, which represent longitudes. These are vertical lines which represent longitudes, okay, and these are horizontal lines which represent latitudes. These are horizontal line, isn't it? So we have made a grid like structure. We have drawn 4 vertical lines and give them numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then we have drawn uh, 4 or 5 horizontal lines and name them A, B, C, D, E. And in this, when we are drawing the lines, we must remember that it should be equidistance. Equidistance, there should be equal distance between 1 and 2, and 2 and 3, and 3 and 4. Both, all these should be equidistant. Okay. In this way, the horizontal lines should be also be equidistant. Now we have drawn the lines. Now what are we supposed to do? That at any place, randomly at any place where these two lines are meeting each other, are crossing each other, we put a small circle. You can see here where B and 1, or anywhere, don't think anything, just first put a circle anywhere where these two lines are cutting each other. In this way, we can see that there are 5 places which have been circled. Okay, and they are named by small a, small b, small c, small d, and small e. So now we will discuss the this place A. Okay, this is a place, and we find that there is one vertical line number 1 and horizontal line number B are cutting each other. They are intersecting each other. Okay, so the longitude 1 and the latitude B. Okay, circle A circle A is located on B degree and latitude and 1 degree east latitude. Okay, so we have considered that these vertical lines which are representing latitudes are in the eastern direction. So they are representing east, 1 degree east, 2 degree east, 3 degree east, 4 degree east. Okay, these are the eastern longitudes, and these A, B, C, D, and E are they are in the north side of the earth. So these are the latitudes which are denoting the north direction. So A degree north, B degree north, C degree north, D degree north, and E degree north. So in the this way, we can say that circle A is located on B degree N. This is B degree N. It is located on B degree N and 1 degree east. Okay, so this is the location of A. In the same way, we can see you can see that look at this picture. E is also located on B degree N, isn't it? E is also located at the same latitude on which A is located, but their longitude are different. A was located at 1 degree east latitude and E is located at 4 degree east latitude. So, what we are seeing that their places are different. In the same way, we can see that B and A both are located on the same longitude, 1 degree east, but they are on the different latitudes. Longitude is same, latitude is different. So their places are also different. In the same way, we can see this C and D both are located on 3 degree east longitude, but their latitude are different. So they are different places. Okay, so in this way, now you must have understood how we locate a particular place on the surface of the earth. Now this is the picture of the world, and in this map, what we see that different vertical lines are drawn. These vertical lines are representing the longitude. Okay, now I will tell you. You can see here. This is the 0 degree longitude. This is 0 degree longitude. Okay, and this is the longitude which is called prime meridian, and this longitude is passing through this Britain. You can see it here. This is Britain. This is the Britain. Some part of Ireland is also in Britain. So this is Britain, and this 0 degree longitude is passing through uh, Britain. Then in this way it is passing. This is prime meridian. Okay, and uh, at this place is situated British Royal Observatory. Okay, this 0 degree meridian is passing through the British Royal Observatory, which is situated in the east, in the southeast direction of the Britain. Okay. Now one more thing. I told you earlier that Earth moves from which direction to which direction? Earth moves from west to east. So the movement of the Earth is happening in this direction, from west to east. And because of this movement which is taking place from west to east, what we find that the places which are on the eastern side of the 0 degree meridian, the places which are on the eastern side of the 0 degree meridian are denoted by plus. This is na, you can see +1, +2. देखो, on one particular degree, on one particular longitude, everywhere +1, +1. Then this is +2, +2. Then +3, +3, +4, +5. Okay, this is the I am explaining all these things. What is this 1, 2, 3, 4, and what is this +1, +2? Okay, so on the western side of the 0 degree meridian, we find that it is written, you can see here, -1, isn't it? Then -1, -2 uh, is written. You can see it is -1, then -3 is there. Okay, so in this way, we find that 0 degree meridian, it is passing through British Royal Observatory, which is in Britain. As the earth moves from west to east, we find the places which are on the eastern side of the 0 degree meridian are denoted by plus, and the places which are situated on the western side of the prime meridian are denoted by minus. Now I will tell you what is this plus and minus. Okay, how time is related to longitude. You may be knowing that in ancient time, when there was no watch was not there, watch was not invented at that time, then people used to measure the time by the shadow which is created by the sun. Okay, how people knew what the time is? This was measured, the time was measured by the people according to the shadow which was created by the sun. When the sun is overhead, okay, when the sun is overhead, what we find that our shadow is the smallest. Okay, and when the sun rises or sun sets, at that time the shadow is the longest. You can feel this if the sun is here. Okay, these are the rays of the sun. As you draw a picture of the sun in the same way, na? Hmm? These are the rays. Now, what we will see that how shadow is length of the shadow differs with the position of the sun. Now, this sun is overhead. बिल्कुल हमारे बीच में है अभी सन का तो जो पोजीशन है वो क्या है इट इज इन द middle of the sky, and um, in this situation uh, anything which is lying under the sun, it will have the shortest shadow. this is the shadow. Okay, and if the sun is suppose sun is at this place, it is rising in the east direction, it has started to rise, then what will happen, that the shadow of the things or the people will be the longest because of the direction of the light. Okay, all these things will become clear to you in in previous class and in following classes and with other subjects also. These are the topics of science. So when the light falls from the slanting light falls, then in that case what happens in this situation, the light is straight, and because of this straight light, the reflection of the shadow of the things are sorted, and when the line is slanting, then in that case what will happen, that the shadow will be longest. In both these situations, uh, the shadow will be longest at the time of sunset also, and at the time of sunrise also. At both the time, the sunset, the shadow will be the longest, and people used to know about it only through the length of the shadow. Ki this is the time of sunset, this is the it means कि morning की time है, और अगर shadow लंबा हो रहा है तो ये शाम का टाइम है, तो दिस इज द शैडो विच इज द longest, and also at the time of sunset the shadow is longest. Okay, so these are the shadows which I have drawn. This is also shadow. So in this way we can see that the people, when there was no watch, how people used to measure the time, how people used to know about the time. Okay, the sun was the only source, the shadow which was created by the sun was the only source of the time for the people. Okay, now we will discuss the present time. At present we have invented watch, but still the time changes. Why does the time changes? Why there is some daytime and night time? Why this all happens? This all happens only because of movement of the earth. The earth is not static, it is always moving on its axis, and because of this movement on its axis, because it is moving around itself. Okay, the earth is moving, uh, two types of movement are taking place. The earth is moving around the sun also, you are knowing this. Earth is a planet, and I told you in the first chapter now, what are planets? Planets are those celestial bodies which keep moving around the sun. So Earth is also a planet, so Earth keeps moving around the sun. But there is one another type of movement is also taking place. The Earth is also revolving around itself. वो अपनी चारों तरफ भी घूमता है. Okay, and because of this movement of this movement which is taking place around itself, we experience this daytime and night time, because the sun is static, the sun is at one place, and the earth is moving on its axis, the earth is moving around itself. So what happened, there will be one part of the earth which is in there will be one part of the earth which is in front of the sun, and one part of the earth which is not in front of the sun. So the part which is in front of the sun will experience daytime, and the part which is not in front of the sun will experience night time. This is known to you. Okay. Now, some other things you have to understand. The earth moves in 24 hours. We are knowing that the complete movement of the earth rotate itself around itself, and this rotation of earth which takes place around the earth takes how many hours? In how many hours earth moves around itself? It is 24 hours. Why it is 24 hours? Because how many hours in a day? You must have learned all these things. There are 24 hours in a day. How this? Why 24 hours? This 24 hours because the earth moves around itself in 24 hours. अर्थ को अपने चारों तरफ घूमने में 24 आवर्स लगते हैं. 24 घंटे में अर्थ अपने चारों तरफ की एक चक्कर कंप्लीट कर लेता है. ओके. अब मुझे नाउ टेल मी कि अगर अर्थ इज कंप्लीटिंग वन सर्कल अराउंड इट, अर्थ इज हैज completed its movement around itself, then how much degree is it moving? How many degrees are there in a circle? This is the movement of the earth. Earth is moving like this. Okay. And it is making a circle. When it is moving, it's around itself, and it is moving in this direction from west to east. Okay. From west to east. This is the movement of the earth, and the earth is moving in this direction from west to east. Okay. Now, when the earth is moving like this, what is the how many degrees earth is covering? It is 360 degree, because a circle has 360 degree. Okay. So this is 360 degree. Now we will do some mathematics. You are knowing that earth has moved 360 degree in 24 hours. So how many degree earth is moving in 1 hour? Do the calculation. The earth has moved 360 degree in 24 hours. Now we have to calculate that how many degrees earth has covered in 1 hour. So for that, in order to know that degree, we will divide 360 by 24. Okay. So now we are going to divide this 360 by 24, and we can cut it by 12. Both the 360 and 24 both are divisible by 12. So we can cut it. 36 will be cut by 12. 100. Sorry. It's 30. Isn't it? Because 3 12s are 36. So 30 12s are 360. Is 30, and 24 will be cut by 2. So it's, then again we can cut 30 by 2, and it is 15. So what is our answer? The earth is moving 15 degree in 1 hour. In 1 hour earth moves 15 degree. Okay? You can see it is given in your book. The earth rotates 360 degree in about 24 hours. which means 15 degree an hour. And one more calculation is to done. Now we have to calculate if the earth is moving 15 degree in 1 hour, and in 1 hour how many minutes are there? 1 hour equal to how many minutes? 60 minutes, है ना? So 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Now we have to make this calculation that if the earth is moving 15 degree in 60 minutes, then how many degrees earth will move in 1 minute? One So if earth is moving 15 degree in 1 hour, then earth will move how many degrees in 1 minute? 60 minute में 15 degree. तो 1 minute में what will be the answer? 15 degree in 60 minutes to 1 degree in how many minutes? 60 divided by 40. अगर अर्थ 15 डिग्री घूम रही है 60 मिनट्स में, तो अर्थ 1 डिग्री कितने मिनट्स में घूमेगी? अर्थ विल मूव 1 degree in how many minutes? 15 fours are 60. So what is our answer? Earth will move 1 degree in 4 minutes. Okay, it will take 4 minutes to Earth to move 1 degree. Okay, now we will calculate the timing and how it will be done. Uh, Today we are stopping this discussion here only. You must do these calculations in your rough copy, not in fair copy, and you must understand the things. कि how Earth is moving 360 degree, okay, and how many hours are taken by Earth to move 360 degree. Then if Earth is moving 360 degree in 24 hours, then how then Earth is moving how many degrees in 1 hour. And then the next calculation is done. Okay, if the earth is moving 15 degree in 1 hour, the earth is moving 15 degree in 60 minutes, then 1 degree will be moved by earth in 4 minutes. So further discussion will be done tomorrow.